Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, sister. So, you've written into us about how you're feeling really down right now because after so many years of study, you feel like it's all gone to waste and you've spent so much time on your study, and it's making you feel really down now. There are some things that are glaringly obvious about what you've mentioned, and Alhamdulillah, it makes it a lot easier to address. So first of all, I just want to reassure you that your situation is not unique. There are so many people that I've personally come across that have, spent years and years studying and then changed their mind and had to go back and do something different, or something might have happened to their health or to somebody else in their family's health, and they've had to give up on their career after spending years and years studying, and then they couldn't pursue what they wanted to. They've had to take a different career path that meets their personal situation in a more suitable way. So this is not uncommon, what you're going through. So you're not alone in that respect. But I want to address kind of everything that you've written in your query seems to point to something quite obvious. Your focus at the moment seems to be on worldly matters, and that's what's bringing you down. But alhamdulillah, because what you've also written about is your spiritual gains as well. So I want to really focus on this in particular as a means to kind of see you out of the way that you're feeling right now, because understandably you're going to be feeling really down and really depressed, because on the surface, if we look at it from a worldly perspective, it does seem very sad and it is depressing, but at the same time, you have gained so much from the experience as well. And I really want to focus on that aspect of it. So yes, you say, you feel like you've wasted a lot of time just studying, whilst you've seen your peers go on and progress in their careers, in their education, and you feel like you're left behind. But first of all, I do want to say, just, don't be focusing on what everybody else is doing, because that's not the most important thing. Again, this is a focus on worldly matters rather than spiritual matters. So, in worldly matters, maybe they are excelling, maybe they are moving on, but you have progressed spiritually, and that's very obvious as well. So alhamdulillah, maybe you haven't gained anything in this world of life. In fact, it may feel like you've lost a lot of time and money in the process, but alhamdulillah, you've gained so much spiritually. You mentioned how you have established a relationship with your father again. Alhamdulillah, you have been waking up for night prayer. You take this matter to Allah, and you make that very clear. So alhamdulillah, you're doing all the right things. Clearly you're doing the right thing in turning to Allah, in trying to resolve the matter. And that's the best thing you can do, really it is. And it's the best way forward for you, if you can focus on this rather than what you see as your kind of material losses in terms of kind of financial losses and losses of time, but focus on the gains, on the things that you have gained from the experience. So, whilst you feel like you've lost time and money, and this is making you feel sad, focus on the things that are actually bringing happiness to your life. You've gotten closer to Allah, and that is honestly the best blessing and the best possible gain that you can have, because not only will this be beneficial to you in this life, but it will be beneficial to you in the hereafter as well. The debts and any money that you might get from pursuing your career, excelling in your career, what your friends are doing right now. Maybe they're earning big money right now, and maybe that will do them good in this life. Maybe it will. But you're accountable for that on the Day of Judgment. And has it given them any spiritual gain? Maybe it has, but you are in a place where you have experienced spiritual gain as a result of going through this difficulty. It's something that's pushed you closer to Allah. So this can only be a blessing, surely. Of course it's sad, and of course it can feel depressing, and you don't see a way out right now. But this has been an experience that has pushed you closer to Allah, and that's very, very clear in what you've written. So alhamdulillah, if we can, focus on this aspect of things rather than the things that you've lost in terms of worldly matters, then this will really help to push you through this. And realizing as well that I noticed that what you say regarding your feelings about your mother and your sister, and how you feel like they might think that they've wasted their money on you, these are based on what you think they're thinking, not on what they're actually thinking. And I think And a lot of times like this, we can be quick when we're feeling sad like this to assume that people are thinking the worst of us, because you feel like a failure yourself, so you automatically think that everybody around you is thinking the same. But they're your mother, your sister. They're still there for you. They're supporting you. Alhamdulillah, not everybody has that. So, I think we can safely say that they're on your side. Think about it yourself as well. I'm sure there are times that your sister, your mother, your friends have made decisions that you have thought perhaps were not the best thing for them, and were potentially going to have terrible consequences. But they're your friends, they're your families, and you'll support them through that. And it doesn't mean that you think any worse of them. So try and think of it like that as well. So, and that will help you as well, because I think the fact that you feel that everybody around you is thinking terribly about you as well probably doesn't help your psychological state right now as well. So do make sure to try and take a step back and think about it from another perspective as well, putting yourself in their shoes and seeing things a different way as well. So, but ultimately, like I said, really focus on the positives and the benefits that you have gained out of this experience, rather than focusing on the worldly losses that you have experienced. And inshallah, this is what's best for you. If you have these spiritual gains, if you can stay close to Allah, keep taking the matter to Allah, then alhamdulillah, you're on the right path. And inshallah, when you can adjust your thoughts on the matter like that, focusing on the things that are most important, then inshallah, this will see you through. And, as time passes, you'll be able to move on from feeling sad about the experience as you focus on the positives and benefits that you've achieved out of the experience in terms of improved relationships as well with your family. So may Allah guide you. May He ease your discomfort and your negative feelings right now. And may He be the source of comfort to you moving forward. May He grant you a life of success, not only in this life, but in the hereafter as well, inshallah.